very early morning, okay? So I launched a poll. I just want to get a quick, can you answer the poll that I sent to you all? Okay, so I just need to know roughly how many of you all have learned accounts before in your SPM or your other exam, okay? We should have 200 over students, right? Let me check. It's all you joined already. 224. Yeah, 224 students. If you are more, those who cannot join in the meet, then you have to go to the stream because I think there's a limitation for the Google Meet. Okay, those who come in late, please just join in and then help me to vote for the question that I pulled to you all. Okay, so majority here are. Don't worry, you have no accounting knowledge now. Okay, so you just let me know, vote it. Okay, I cannot see who are you actually, so I just want to know what is the pace that I should go through with your. And we've got 198 people here. Okay. Still got another 30 students, about 30 students, 20 students. Okay. Okay, you all should know how to retrieve your notes, right? Okay, just let me show you. It's the I see my screen now. Okay, people, that's I do a recording first. Okay, good, thanks. Let me start recording first. Okay, then after that you look at the screens. Okay. There are still students not yet joined the class.
This call is now being recorded.
There are still some students not joined the Google lecture yet. Anyone know about this student, An Chi Hong? Is that your, from which class and any idea? Ashraf? Any idea? What is this students from which one? If you know, oh, you already dropped. Okay, thanks. And I think that's it, right? Okay, good. Okay, just to let you know how you're supposed to retrieve your notes and things. So every time you go to your Google, your classwork there, I already, I have made it into the topic by topics. Okay, topic by topics. So today we will go for the topic 1, accounting equations. So you can just expand it. All the things will be here. So later when I finish my lectures, okay, after I have download the video, the lecture video, I will also upload it under this topic. So you go and retrieve that. Understand or not? Okay, all the material. So I will upload the material based on the topics. All right. So then it's easy for you to retrieve later on, topic by topics. If I just everything lump into stream there, then it will be very difficult later to retrieve that. Okay. So you can see this announcement if I have special things for you all. Okay. So I will announce it into here. All right. So if you have anything, you can just also can answer me via this Google chat room. All right. Google Classroom. Okay. Or yeah. Okay. So can I know how to get your notes? And then for there will be also others. This one is a lecture. So this is where you retrieve your tutorial questions and your tutorial lecture notes. So every topic will have one lecture notes and one tutorial questions for you. Okay, so tutorial questions we will discuss it during tutorial. So you will be receiving joining one to Google tutorial. So that time that Google Classroom is for us to do assessment or for us to submit your homework there. Understand or not? Okay, so this is how normally I work for the students. Okay, so you do submit your homework in the lecture Google Classroom, but you submit into your respective tutorial class. All right, can I understand? Okay, after that, this is what I want to tell you how to use your Google Classroom. All right. Okay, next now one more thing I forgot. Stop sharing already. Just give you a brief idea, okay, on your course syllabus. Okay. Did I already go through with your before the short briefing? I go through I also forgot. Yes or no? Course strap, yes or no? Did I go through with you already? The Google, these things. Did I go through the course syllabus with you already from last week? No, okay, good. Then I go through one more time with you. I go through with you again. Okay, so these are the course syllabus. In this IBFA 1153, the first paper of first accounting paper for accounting student. Okay, there are the 12 basic topics. One is accounting equation. Accounting equation is talking about asset, liability, equity. For those who have account background, you should know this few accounting terms. All right, and then we learn some double entry. Every transaction we have a double entry. Right, so after that we will learn some cash cycles, okay, and so cash cycles means to say it's a cash book, cash books, all right, and petty cash, and then sales cycle is more on the sales journals, okay, purchase cycle is more on the purchase journals, okay, and then petty cash, okay. All these are the book of prime entry. Okay, we will learn one by one. This is a basic books. Okay, account people will learn. After that, we will learn trial balance. Okay, it's a balance sheet. It's not balance sheet. It's a statements that check our accounts whether it's balanced or not. So it's called trial balance. Okay. After that, we also learn some accounting concept. Topic 8, we learn accounting concepts. Okay. Then followed by the accounting for non-current asset is a depreciation. Depreciation is in Bahasa is a susut nilai, I think. Okay, if you have learned account before, you should know what is susut nilai, kan? Right? So after that, we will have accounting for trade receivable. This one is more on the bad debts and the doubtful debts. Those who have learned apa? Hutang lapuk, is it? Bad debts is hutang lapuk, and the provision for doubtful debt is is what? Anyone? Provision default. Perhaps is a hutang labuk. Then the other one is called what? I don't know the one Malay words. Hutang perangkaran. Is that those who have learned accounts?
Hutang laku.
Hutang ragu. Thank you. Hutang ragu. All right. Thank you. Sorry, I cannot see the who's responding. Anyway, thank you. Is it Kasrat who's responding? Kasrat. Okay, I actually hope that you can turn on your mic to answer me rather than I see your message. Okay, because otherwise I will use my phone to see my message. To see your message, then I present at one screen. I have to present my screen. Very difficult. Okay, and the second last topic is year-end adjustment. Year-end adjustment is more on the prepayment accrual. The in Bahasa is what? Account or accrued, is it? Those who study account before, is the account accrued. Prepayment is if you pay bayaran terdahulu or bayaran terakrut, betul ke? Is it? Betul? Yes? That's right. Those who have studied accounts, you should know that word lah. Oh yeah, prabaya. Oh, it's called prabaya. Prabaya is mean prepaid, right? Yes. Yeah, prabaya. Okay, correct. And those haven't paid one, what? For English, it's called accruals. Belum bayar punya? Or kau belum bayar? Oh, okay. That means the accounts in Bahasa also account belum bayar. Is it? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Belum terima, belum bayar lah. Okay. Okay, it's different from my time. Yeah. Terdahulu and terakrut. Last time my time, Brian Sim. Yeah, last time my time when I studied my account in SPM is called terdahulu and terakrut. Okay. Oh, now they change it to prabaya and belum bayar. Okay, it's the same type, it's the meaning lah. All right. Okay, and the last one is the financial statement. Okay, financial statement is the balance sheets and the P&L. Your own kunci kira and your apa itu? Is it called your bahasa called kunci kira kan? If I'm mistaken, and the P&L is called what? Penyata untung rugi. For my time is these terms. I don't know what is your now is changed what terms already. Is it the same? Perdagangan and untung rugi. Dan PKK, apa itu PKK ya, Jeff? What's the meaning of PKK ya? Penyata pendudukan. Oh, correct. Oh, now no more kunci kira is called penyata kedudukan kewangan. Okay, very good. Yes, it's direct translate. Now we also do not call balance sheet anymore in English. We call statement of financial position. Okay, direct translate is bahasa is the same. Penyata kewangan, kedudukan kewangan. Yeah. Okay, so we will learn this these two statements. We study so much at the end. Our ultimate aim is to know how to prepare financial statement. Okay, if in your SPM, you already very good in preparing your financial statement with all these adjustments, susut nilai, hutang lapuk, hutang ragu, and account pendudukan, you know how to adjust your account already. Then this paper for you is a honeymoon paper lah. But those who, but you have to bear with me because as you see, I still have students. These are the first time they are learning. Okay, the rest I still cannot remember. Okay, never mind, cannot remember too much. So now is a time for you to refresh. Okay, refresh your memory. No worry. Okay, hope you bear with me. I will go a bit slow, and at the beginning, I will go a bit slow because I still have to cater for some of the students that really have a first time studying account. Okay, so I have to go through from the very basic. Okay, can or not? And those who have a basic, please help those who don't have basic one. Okay, and those who don't have basic one, please don't feel shy to ask. Okay, nobody will laugh at you or look down on you. Understand or not? Okay, so the most important thing is dare to ask. Okay, no matter, there's no silly questions. For me, there's no silly question. It's just have only got good questions to ask. All right, no silly questions. That means I will not laugh you, even though teacher, what is this means? Okay, unless I already repeating these things to you all in the lecture and tutorial so many times, but you still asking me what is this? Then I will now answer you. But if you are paying attention, okay, you should pick up what is the important things. Why we should have 224 students, but those who join the meet is only 214, and the votes here is only 145 students. Why? That means to say a majority is no account. Also, majority have accounting background. Okay, it's only a small portion that don't have. Okay. Okay. Let's start. Let me stop sharing this first. Okay, I'll do a presentation for my slide first before I go through the lecture notes with the lectures notes with you. All right. So. It's my slides. Why can I see my stuff? Oh, I outfit already. Give me a minute, sir. Yesterday I just checked because the week after next week, that means the Chinese New Year week. I try to do the replacement with y'all, but seems to be weekdays all are very full. Okay, very difficult to place or to make a replacement. So is that okay? Okay, because Costa haven't come back to me. So now since we see here, so is it okay for me to replace on Saturday, 12th of February? Is it okay? Is 8 to 12 and 8 to 10, and then the following I will replace the Wednesday's tutorial with group 3 and 2. Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, now. So I know Saturday some of the students tonight, but I have no choice. Okay, because looking at your timetable is so packed. Saturday is if okay, then I'll submit because I need to submit the form to book book your time. Otherwise, other lecturer will rebook your time. Okay, let's start. Are you all ready? Okay, I'm going to start my presentation of my slide here. Okay, see when things are. So sorry, this one is I'm using camera. I cannot download anything from PDF. I need to stop still loading. Can you hear me? Okay, I don't want the music first. Okay, so So just introductions to you. Your accounting, this is the first paper called Financial Accounting 1. The paper code, you need to remember the paper code, because during exam, you have to fill up the paper, your course code. Okay, if you fill up wrongly, then later got problem. Okay, next one is today's topic. We will cover 5 topics here. Okay, so we have to know what is accounting topic, and accounting equations, and the profit equation, and double entry and financial statement. Oh yeah, just now I forgot to tell you one thing is okay, course syllabus beside the 12 topics, right? And I also want to tell you about the exam. Sorry, just now I think you can see from your Google Classroom. I already mentioned to you. Okay, there will be 2 coursework. One coursework is a group assignment. Okay, so later in the tutorial, the class rep will have to group your students. Okay, group your classmate into 4 to 6 students. Okay, 4 to 6 students into one group. All right. So then I will giving you a topics. Maybe is in week 3. Okay. So or next week I will send the question to you. Okay. So you can start reading the questions. Okay. So it's pertaining to the first few topics of the course. Okay. You can do it's a research reports. Okay. So you do that. Then the second coursework is an individual test course test. Okay, that one will be in later. Will be in the week 11. Then only you have this test. All right. So there will be 2 coursework, and each coursework carry 50 marks each. Okay, and eventually you add this coursework marks into your final exam papers. Understand now? So final exam paper contributing 50 marks, and your 2 coursework contributing 50 marks. Okay, so add up will be your final marks on that. Okay, just now I forgot to mention that. Okay, so if not clear, then later you ask me again. Okay. So what is the accounting topic? So what is accounting? Then what is equations? What is profit equation? What is double entry? And what is financial statement? Formats. Okay, we just have to know what is the format first for today. All right. So what is accounting? Okay, so accounting is previously okay, accounting is actually a stewardship accounting, as stewards are employed by healthy individuals to keep count on items that own the item that own, that means the things that you have is called assets. Okay, guys, those who do not know do not have accounting background. So asset that means to say any items that you own and items that you owe to people. Okay, so it's called liability. Okay, this is hutang. This is your asset. All right. So previously, accountability, we employ somebody to handle let's say I'm a rich person, okay? I want somebody, healthy person, a wealthy person, a rich person who will employ somebody to take care of my asset and my liability. This is called, okay, previously. So now, okay, at first the role of the account is more on internal control. That means I just for my own internal control use only, okay? So like when let's say I go bigger and bigger my business, okay, so there will be a separation of ownership and control. So I will separate, even though this business is owned by me, but I don't want to control this. I will let somebody to help me to run for my business. So you have to accountability on what my business is doing. Okay, so accounting has to progress to provide information to external party and have an interest to business. Okay, so let's say now previously I'm a sole proprietor, I'm a small business. I just want people to take care of my asset and liability. If I go bigger and bigger, become a big corporate, so I want to attract some of the investors to invest in my business. So I need more information for my accounts, okay, for my business account. So this is why there will come up with a different accountings methods. All right. So what is accounting? Okay, please ask your friends. So Tanya, your friends is asking for please ask them to use their own Car College email to log in. Okay. Accounting is typically categorized into financial accounting and management accounting. So under accounting, there are two types of accounting. One is called financial accounting and the other one is called management accounting. All right. So in this course, we are major on financial accounting. Okay, financial accounting is more on concern the preparations of of the report for external stakeholder. So we want to do an account or asset that let the external party to look at. Okay, so whereas for management account is more concerned with the report for internal management cost purpose. Okay, internal management cost, that means to say how the costing made. We will have a lot of analysis. Okay, it's more complicated. Okay, so financial accounting, we are more on the standard rules. Okay, so in our course here, we are more focused on financial accounting. Understand? Okay, so this is so some of the books will have to talk about management accounting and financial accounting. So you have to know there are different, the way of preparation is different. All right. So now we come back to these accounting equations. Okay, so this is a very important equations that every accounting student must know. Just like you are a mathematics student, you must know 1 + 1 = 2 like that. Okay, so this one is you must know that asset is equals to a capital plus equity, or sometimes you look at the book, they will say asset is equal to equity plus liability. Okay, capital is actually part of equity. Okay, so why is sometimes it's called capital, sometimes it's called equity. Later I'll explain to you why. Okay, because actually capital is part of equity. All right. Okay, so now remember, capture this in your mind. Okay, asset equals to capital plus equity liability. Okay. Okay, before we explain the equation, I need to explain what is these 3 items. What is asset first? What is asset? Okay, what is asset? Asset is actually a resources, okay, that's owned by the business to carry out business operations. So it's anything, any resources or any items that business must own or control, okay, for them to use to do business. Okay, in other words, okay, this one is a layman term. Okay, I use a very simple definitions to let the student understand what is asset. Okay, resources that owned by the business to carry out business operation. So for example is office equipment, motor vehicles, you need to use it. Okay, you need the office equipment to run the machine. You need equipment to, let's say, printing, all this, right? Or you need a motor vehicles to deliver goods to your customers. Okay, you need cash to run your business. Okay, anyone can give me any other example of assets? Can you, anyone? Or can you type either one besides office equipment? Yeah, very good. Hing Li, bank, very good. Trade receivable, excellent, good. Trade receivable, that means the trade receivable is your customer that owe you money, right? Cash, furnitures, correct. Premises, very good. Okay, so these are assets. Okay, very good. Okay, so these are the definitions. Account volume, yes, okay, is a receivable. Account volume term, and we call it account is a receivable. Okay, account receivable. Okay, or other receivable. Inventory, correct. Stocks are inventory stocks, very good. Okay, all these are assets. Okay, so but I need you to highlight in your notes later. Okay, there is a special definition given in the accounting framework. Okay, you will study accounting framework in a higher level, but we expect students to learn it in a proper way. Okay, so remember this definition. Okay, it's in your notes there. I will highlight to you. So as said, the proper definition is a resources controlled by the entity that means a business, as a result of past event. Okay, that means to say you have bought it. Okay, it's a past event, and from which the future economic benefits are expected to flow in. That means to say this asset, which is you bought last time, okay, or own last time, or control last time, and then it will bring you benefits, future economic benefit. That means you can use it from to get some profits, get some cash. Okay, so in the special accounting term, we call it future economic benefits. They are expected to flow in. All right. So these definitions is a proper definition from accounting frameworks. All right. Very good. Okay, so we continue from the asset. Okay, we actually have two categories of asset. One is called non-current asset and the other one is called current asset. Okay, so those assets is more used, it will be used more than a year, okay, and it's subject for depreciation. One, you go for non-current asset, okay, like building, premises, office equipment, motor vehicle, fixture and fittings, or furnitures, okay, so etc. Okay, those that asset that you will use it for a long time, okay, so this is called non-current asset, okay. And the other category is called current asset. Current assets are likely to change within a year, like inventories or receivables or bank or cash. Okay, so these are those things that you will change in there. You will still have inventory, but the inventory value will keep on changing because you sell and buy back, right? So receivable also the same. The receivable means a person that owes you money. Okay, so they owes you money, they will come every month, they will pay you, and then they owe you again when you sell to them. Okay, and the cash and bank also keep on changing amount. All right, so we call it current assets. All right. Okay, after we have a definition of understanding of the assets. Now we talk about capital. Remember, when we have asset, this asset is not drop from the sky. Must be come from somebody. Right? Not so. Let's say the money it come from the owner. Okay, so this one we call it capital. Okay, so the amount of resources that provided, given, okay, or contributed by the business owner, we call it capital. Okay, so let's say I need start a business. I need some cash. So the cash must come from somebody, isn't it? So if come from this owner, then the money, then we call it capital. All right, modal betul, Mo Kiaman, very good, modal betul, correct. It's called modal, okay? But in the definitions, in the accounting framework, the definition, we call it the residual interest in asset after deducting liabilities. Okay, this one, okay, if I give you these definitions, definitely some of the students may not understand. Apa itu the residual interest in asset after deducting liability? Okay, but that's why I give you this layman term. Okay, those who are easy to understand one is the amount of resources provided by business owner. But for the proper definitions from the accounting framework, is called the residual interest in asset after deducting liability. That means you use all your asset minus off all your liability is called capital. Okay, so this is a definition given by the accounting framework. In the exam, if there is a question come out like that, you will have to tell me this kind of definitions. If they ask you for definitions, okay, you have to give a proper one. This one is I give you, let you understand easier understanding. Okay, this one is for the accounting framework definition. Okay, it's for the higher level, but you still have to answer like that. Understand? Okay. Okay, boleh kah? Okay, now we move on to next one, liability. Okay, in bahasa I think also called liability, betul ke? Right? So liabilities are those amounts of resources that are provided by third parties. Okay, so remember, if I want to start a business, okay, if I need cash, okay, either I get it from myself, that means the business owner. Okay, it's called capital. If I not enough money, then how? I will get it from bank, right? I will borrow money from bank, or I borrow from my friends, or I guess from suppliers. Yeah, bank overdraft or bank borrowing, loans. Okay, pinjaman we call it. Okay, it's a loan. Okay, or other suppliers. Okay, so this one is the amount of resources that provided by third party. So the definition from capital is quite similar. It's quite similar. Okay, so one is amount resources provided by the owner. Owner one is is called capital. If provided by the third party, we call it liabilities. Okay, so anybody, you can get it from the bank, you get it from your friends, you can get it from suppliers and all this. Okay, so this is what we call liability. So for the proper accounting definitions, based on accounting framework, is called present obligation for the entity arising from the past event. Okay, the settlement of which is expected to result in an outflow from the entity of resources embodying future economic benefits. Okay, so it's very long definitions. Meaning to say present obligation. Obligations, it means to say something that you or you have to do, you have to fulfill. Okay, obligation. Okay, later you go and Google what it mean by obligations. Okay, so present obligations, that means you have to fulfill some things by this entity arising from past event. Past event means to say, let's say I borrow money from the bank. Okay, the past event is the borrowing, okay, and I have the obligation because in future I have to pay back, right? The obligation to pay back. So the settlement of which is expected to result in outflow. So we expect the obligation is we have to give out outflow. I mean we have to give out the money. Okay, the future economic benefit. Future economic benefit normally is if you're referring to the cash or bank. Okay, that means we have to pay out the money to the bank. Okay, so this is the definitions. All right. So for continue liabilities, liability also the same thing. They have two categories here. One is called non-current asset and the other one is called current asset. Okay, so same things. If you are more owing to payables more than a year, we call it bank loan or mortgage loan. So if you borrow money from bank, normally it's more than a year one. Okay, more than 1 year. So for those current liability like amount payable within a year. So short-term loan, maybe you get a 3 months loan from the bank, then it's called short-term loan. Or bank overdraft. Just now someone is talking, saying bank overdraft, right? Yeah, Kiaman says bank overdraft, very good. She highlight this. And payables. Payable can be anyone that you owe money to. It can be your suppliers, it can be your friends, it can be somebody, anything that you owe to the people. Okay? Or hutang belum bayar. Just now someone is mentioned belum bayar. Okay? Okay, understand? All right, so now you understand why asset is equal to capital and liability or not. Why? Because all the assets are owned by the business is either come from the owner, okay, which is called capital, okay, or it comes from the third party, either from the bank or from the supplier, we call it liability. Okay, so now understand why asset is equal to capital plus liability or not. Okay, so can everyone? This is very important for you to understand this concept. This is a very first and basic concept. Okay, so all the resources, thank you, Chenny. Okay, very good. Jiaqi, can all the assets are available in the business are either provided by the owner, okay, capital or equity, like I call it, okay, or supplied by the outsider. Okay, outsider means it's a liability. All right, so can remember this, This is the first things that you must know today. All right, so now I will teach you another one. Is called double entry. Every time you will right now start from today's onward. Yeah, accounting student, you will learn a lot. What is double entry? Double entry. Double entry. Okay, double entry is talking about debit and credit. Okay, so before I go for the double entry, I must let you know what is debit and what is means by credit. Anyone know what is debit? Debit means what? Okay, a lot of people know debit and credit, but they do not know what's the meaning of debit. Debit is actually telling you it's plus. Plus. It depends. Okay, you're half correct, Akiaman and you, June. It's half correct. Plus is only a big muscle. This is only applicable for the assets. Okay, for liability, it will be different things. Okay, the money go inside to our account. For bank account, yes. Okay, but if it's only applicable for a bank account. Okay, when you talk about bank account, but for other account, it may not be this. It may not be correct. All right. Okay, so let's look at here. Debit is actually a destinations of the resources flow to. Okay, so let's say that means asset if this cash comes in, okay, it will go for assets. Okay, so and the credit means is a source of resources. Okay, the source of the mean who providing resources is called credit. Okay, so asset and expenses. These two is called debit because these two are the destination and the resources that you need to use to run the business. Okay, so it's debit. So for those the one who provide you money, okay, like the liability and capital that provide the resources is a credit. Is that they are belongs to credit family. Okay, and income as well. Okay, because they need to income to supply to the business to run business. Okay, so this one is a giver, this one is a receiver. In other words, understand or not? Okay, so and you have to remember, asset expenses is belong to this debit family. Okay, asset and expenses is belong to this debit family, and credit, okay, liability, capital, and income is belongs to credit family. Okay, must remember this. Why later I explain to you why. All right. Okay, so this is the pictures. Okay. So asset is belongs to debit, capital and liability belongs to credit. Okay, asset and expenses actually, and okay. Okay. Now times for you to have a quiz. Are you ready for the quiz, everyone? Come, everyone, look at this. Yes, maybe. I think Kaman is very ready. Kaman is very responsive, very good. Okay, don't be shy, everyone. Okay, wrong and correct doesn't matter. It's most important is participation. Then you won't feel the class is boring, right? Not if you just listen, then you after half an hour you fall asleep already. Need time to translate to English. Am I talking too fast? No, hopefully no. No, okay. Okay, those who don't understand, you can just tell me what does it mean. I try my best to explain in other language. Okay, but you still have to pick up English. Understand? Okay. Okay, next. Right, come. Delivery when? Which one? Asset, liability, or capital? Betul? Asset debit. Asset and debit. All right. Payable is actually a suppliers. Liability, very good. Liability is credit. Okay, good. Next one, receivable. Receivable is a customer who owes you money. Asset. Okay. Asset, debit. Owner's contributions, capital. Okay, the person who give the boss give the money. Cash on, okay, credit side. Cash on hand. Cash on hand is an asset Okay, it's a cash. Okay, so not bad. Very good. Give yourself a clap. Okay, so this is a very basic. Okay, for those who have learned account, have never learned account before, if you can finish this 5, that means you're passed. Okay, understand? Okay, so now after we have known how to categorize the asset and liability, upper itu asset, upper itu liability, upper itu capital. So now we move on to the next level. Okay, next level is how do we use this to generate a double entry. Remember, every transactions in the business, you do whatever in your business that involve cash or involve some figures, you must do double entry. Okay, understand? So let's say, think about it. Okay, Ali invested his 10,000 cash to start up his bakery business. Okay, what is the double entry for the transactions above? Think about it. Cash and capital, very good. Okay, you invested cash. Okay, and from who? Ali. Ali is owner, right? Okay, so what is the double entry above this? So we analyze it. The cash invested by Ali will become the business asset, and in return, the business is owing to Ali. Okay, now Ali is the owner to provide that. Okay, so it's the capital. So the double entry is debit cash asset. Okay, why we debit? Because cash, remember, I told you cash, asset is a cash, right? Asset is it belongs to the debit family. Okay, Jeff, next time you DT, you have to change to DR. Okay, KT you have to change it to CR. Okay, for credit. So we in English, debits mean DR. Okay, credit means CR. Okay, got to change it already now. All right. So very good, Jeff. You got it correct. The double entry. Okay. So just need to change, translate in back to English only. All right. Okay, now very good. Next examples. Next examples are Ali borrow 50,000 from bank to buy a baking equipment. Here identify what is the asset here? And remove what? Asset and bank. Bank is not an asset here. The asset here is baking equipment. Yeah, it's an equipment. And the other one is what? You borrow money from bank. This is called what? Yeah, it's called loan or bank borrowing. All right. Okay, so we have to learn bank borrowing. Okay, so you borrow money is called bank borrowing, and called loan also can. Okay, loan also can, bank loan also can. It's a liability because this is a resources from third party. And the baking equipment is an asset, okay, because you need to use these resources to generate business. So the double entry is what? You will debit equipment. Why debit equipment? Because equipment is an asset. Asset is belong to the debit family. So it's debit. Okay, and bank borrowing is a liability. Okay, so because they belongs to credit family, so credit. Okay, very good. Debit equipment, credit, bank borrowing, or loans also can. Okay, good. Then now we recap back. How much asset, capitals, and liabilities that Ali have in the business now? Bank borrowing, bank overdraft is different from bank borrowings, Cayman. Bank overdraft is a very short term. It's very expensive. Okay, so cannot. Normally, we will not use bank overdraft to buy asset. Otherwise, it's very costly because bank overdraft, the interest rate is at daily basis. It's very expensive, like a credit cards like that. Okay, credit cards overdraft like that, very expensive. So normally, we will get bank borrowing. Bank borrowing, the interest rate is cheaper. Understand? Okay. So this is why bank borrowing is under long term, bank overdraft is under current liability. Okay. Okay, how much? Now we come back to this. How much asset and liability capital is Ali's have in the business now? So remember, at first Ali have contributed 10,000 to the cash, isn't it? So 10,000 cash, and we owe Ali 10,000. Okay, and then later we borrow money from bank 50,000, and then we buy asset. So now total asset we have is 60,000, and we have owing to the owner 10,000, and the business owe to the bank borrowing 50,000. So is it the same? You see, 60 equals to 10 plus 50. Balance, yes. Okay, so the double entry, if you make up a correct double entry, then your account will be balanced. Then you will be very happy. Okay, then your balance sheet will balance. Okay, this is the why. You see, if your double entry is correct, then you see your equation will be very nicely tied up. All right, good. Now let's move on to another equation. Are you ready? Just now is that this one, asset equals to capital plus liability is called accounting equation. Accounting equation. Okay, so now we move on to another equation. Okay, this equation, everyone should know once. It's called profit equation. Okay, before I show you profit equation, guess. How do you determine profit? Profit means untung in bahasa. In Chinese, it's called 盈利. Right, 盈利. Okay, profit. Everyone must know what this word profits. Guess what does profit equations comes about? How do you determine profit? Income minus expenses. Yes. Okay, all your income minus your expenses, you will get the profits. Okay, if your revenue means income, so minus all of your expenditures or expenses, then if revenue more than your expenditure, you get profits. Okay, hasil minus perbelanjaan. Yeah, Kahang is correct, but sekarang kena hasil means to say is a revenue. Perbelanjaan means expenditure. So kena transit a little bit. Okay. All right. so now come again when we have to understand what is income or what is revenue. Okay, so income is actually is income or the money that you earn by the business from their business activities. Okay, so you do business, then you get money, you get income, you generate income, gets from sales. Okay, so again, this one is a layman term. Layman term that means orang biasa punya definition. Okay. But for we are starting account. In future we will become accountant, right? Correct or not? Cameron, you want to be accountant in future? So if you want to be accountant in future, maybe, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Most of you don't want to be accountant while you're in study accounting, right? So most early you would like to be. So this one is for accountant definition. Okay. Other I would call it higher level. Other gaya sikit. Understand that? All right. So increase in economic benefit. You see, if they say earn a lot of money, so increases in economic benefits during the accounting period in the form of inflow. Okay, inflow. That means the economic benefit will come in or enhancement of asset or decrease in liability to result in increases in equity. Okay, increases in equity and other than those relating to contributing for equity participation. Very long, right? So meaning to say what? You will expect this income will the economic benefit, means in other words means cash. Cash will flow in, which or will reduce, and if you reduce your liability, also is kind of income. Okay, or you will so like profits. Okay, so it will increase your equity as well. Because equity is part of, remember, capital is part of equity. Equity belongs to the business owner. So if you have earned a lot of money, this money will eventually go to the business, to the owner. Okay, so that will eventually you will go to the business owner, which is equity. Understand? So in this definition, they cover a lot of things. Not only money comes in, they also, if there is a decrease in liability, we also deem as income. If increase in equity, we also deem as income, something like that. Okay, and then other than those, that contribution from equity participation. What does it mean by other than those relating to contribution from equity participation? Meaning to say the money comes in must be from generate from business. Okay, not from the business owner pay you money, not like the capital contribution. Let's say that the owner pay money to the business. This one is not income. This one is called capital because they pays the money to you. Okay, so this is not. But if you receive the money from customer because you sell the good to your customer and you receive the money from customer, this one is income. Okay, so that is a difference. Not to say every money comes in, sure is an income. Okay, you have to know the income is from separate. Okay, understand? Okay, now there are two types of income. Okay, so one is called sales or income, sometimes we call it revenue, and other income. Okay, so sales means what? Sales means is income from sales of goods or services. Okay, sales of, let's say you are a bakery shop. If a bakery shop, your revenue or your sales will be your sale of your cakes, pastry. This is your sales revenue. Okay, but at the same time, let's say you also have other source of income that are not directly from the business owner. So at the same time, you also have rental income. Let's say you you rent you have a shop. Okay, you own this shop, but you let this shop to other people's. Okay, so that you have received some rental income or interest income, okay, or discount given from your customer, from supplier. All these are not directly relating to your sales, but it's still an income from other parties. That's a side income, we call it. Okay, so this one is called other income. Okay. Okay, now we move on to the expenditures. Expenditures means belanja. Okay, expenditure are resources that have been consumed in running the business. You need to pay these kind of expenses or resources out in order for you to run your business. All right. So, for example, okay, this is a proper definitions given in accounting framework. It's called decrease in economic benefits during the accounting period in the form of outflow or depletions of asset or incurrence of liabilities that result in decreases in equity other than relating to distribution to equity participation. Okay, so for normally we think that expenditure is any money goes out is called expenditure. Okay, yes, it's outflow of economic benefit is money goes out. Okay, but it must be must not be distribution to equity participation. If let's say the money you pays out is to buy assets, okay, or you pay for the bill, yes, this is expenditure. Okay, but if outflow is paid because of the owner who take out money for his personal expenses, this one is not expenditure. Okay, this one is called what? This one is called ambulan in bahasa. We English call drawings. Yes. Okay, Kasim correct. It's called ambulan. Ambulan in English is called drawing. Okay, DRAWING. Yeah, the drawing. Okay, but this drawing is not the mean lukis, not that one. Okay, it's called drawing. That means the owner have draw up some money from the business. It's called drawings. All right. So now expenditure. Okay, we further categorize financial. Means how liability affect equity. I cannot understand. Liability affect your equity. What do you mean? Liability will not so much affect your equity. Okay, unless normally liability will not affect your equity, but your assets and your drawing, yes. Okay, and expenditure, yes. Okay. The accounting framework being meaning that part, which one? This one. Okay, this one is nothing to do with your equity. This one is talking about expenditure. If expenditure outflow, then your asset will depletion. That means your cash will go down, isn't it? So there's a depletion of accounting. Okay, and incurrence of liability. If you have, let's say you have incurred some expenses, but you belum bayar. Okay, let's say I pay for my, I'm supposed to pay for this bill, but I haven't paid yet. So I take up this expenditure, but I owe to the supplier, or maybe I borrow money to pay for the bill. So this will incurrence of liability. So my liability will increase. Okay, expenditure increase, liability increase. Okay, or okay. So ask the definition to answer my 100% with the notes. I would not say 100%, but 90% no. That means you have to say the keywords here. Okay, you have to say the keyword. That's why I highlight this to you. Okay. So come back, incurrence of liability. So this one is relating. So liability and equity actually seldom do, because they are equity and liability. They have normally would not have a direct relation. Okay, so that's Ching He. All right, because both of them are provider of resources. Okay. So then influence on liabilities. Okay, incurrence of liability. If you incur this expenditure because of you borrow money to pay for that, so you will increase your liability. Decrease of equity. That means this one is when you pay over until you did not enough money, so you have need to use up your capital funds to pay for expenditure, so your equity will reduce. This is what that means. Okay. So understand? Don't worry about the definitions. Okay. So the definition is for us to according to accounting framework, but you have to remember the keywords lah. The keywords here. Okay, so for the expenditure, we also have to categorize, analyze it into two types. Okay, so under the expenditure, there is one expenditure called cost of goods sold. Okay, cost of goods sold means to say you got sales, right? Let's say you sell your bun, you are the bakery shop, you sell your cakes. Okay, so the everyday revenue you sell from the cakes is called sales or called revenue. But we have to find out what is the gross profit. Okay, so it's cost of inventory sold to customer. Okay, that means to say, what is the cost? 成本 we call it 成本 Okay, in Chinese called 成本. I do not know 把式 call what 把式 call what 成本 A long time no use 把式 already. Okay, also modal 咩喂？modal is capital 不要骗我。cost betul Emily betul. I think it's cost. Yes, yeah, I think it's called cost. Okay. Belanja in berdagang. Belanja is other expense. Okay, it's other expense, I think. Okay, this one is cost. Cost that means to say, cost of goods sold means to say, what is the expense, the money that you spend to make your product in order for sale. This is called like you're selling cakes, right? So what is the cost of goods sold? It's the cost that you buy the flour and then the tepung and the 粉 the 面粉, okay, and eggs used to make to pastry. Okay, so this is your cost of goods sold. Understand or not? Okay, whereas for other expenses is besides you need to incur this cost of eggs, flours expenses, right? So you also have to pay salary to workers, office rental, utility, water bill, all this. Okay, this is called other expenditure. Understand now? All right. So why? Then you would think why we want to separate this so 麻烦 Belanja in berdagang, so it's like belian. Belian is part of belian is part of cost of goods sold. Okay, belian is called purchases. Okay, purchases is part of cost of goods sold. I will explain to you this later on. Okay, yes. Cost barang untuk dijual, betul. Okay, cost barang. Okay, so now you have to those who have learned account in Bahasa. Now you have to slowly translate your Bahasa into English lah. Okay. So what is profit? Okay, so now we look at it. Profit is the revenue earned by the business after paying all the costs and expenses. And profit is derived from incomes earned in the period minus all the costs incurred in the period. Okay. If revenue is more than expenditure, the business otherwise the business is making profit lah. Okay, I think it means something. Otherwise the business will suffer loss. If your revenue is less than your expenditure, okay, that means your expenditure is more than your revenue, then you make a loss. Okay, so sometimes it's profit, sometimes loss, depends on the company, how well they control their revenue, their expenditures. Okay, profit also got two types. Okay, profit also got two types. Remember just now I tell you, revenue, income got two types, isn't it? Sales and income. Other income is called is the two category of income is sales and other income. The two category of expenditure is cost of goods sold and other expenses, right? Why we want to differentiate it? Because we want to determine different profit. Okay, so for gross profit is whatever you receive from the sales is called sales or the call it revenue minus cost of goods sold. The cost barang untuk dijual that means to say your belian minus your stocks then this is called cost of goods sold. Alright, so this one is determine your gross profit. That means to say we do not account for those other costs. We just want to know, I sell this bottle of water, what is my gross profit? That means to say if it's my cost of goods sold, this one I believe I buy this cost is $1 ringgit. I sell it at $2.50. So what is my gross profit? My gross profit will be $1.50. Yeah, Cameron, thank you. Okay, gross profit is bahasa is called untung kasar. All right, and bahasa is untung kasar. Okay, so it's just based on the product you sell to affect your profits. Okay, after that we want to further analyze the net profit. Net profit is when after you have determined all your gross profit, then we will take up other income and minus other expenses. This is our final profit, okay, which is called untung per se. Okay, ini untuk kasar, ini untuk untung per se. For those in Bahasa one, okay. Can I? Okay, good. So income, this one also remember, always a lot of students say, asset, debit is asset, okay, it's a good one, but debit is, expenditure is also debit okay. So you need, because you need expenditure, you need to incur expenditure to run your business. So it belongs to the debit family. Income you need income to sustain your profit, or sustain your business. So it's credit family. Okay, so in this time, okay, I add in just now we have this, right? Debit, we have asset. Credit, we have capital and liability. Now we have to add in two member. Okay, which is expenditure and income. Okay, expenditure is under debit family and income is under credit family. Okay, remember this picture. Okay, done. Transaction. Okay, let's look at the next transaction. Example 3. Ali Bakery Shop total sales of pastry for 1,005. All sales are in cash term. What is the double entry of above transactions? Think about that. They sell this pastry, so ask yourself, this is a sales revenue or other income? Very good. Sales is an income. Okay. Then what you receive? You receive in cash. Cash is asset, right? So you analyze like that. The double entry, sales is a revenue. Revenue belong to credit family, so credit your sales. Okay, and the business receive cash from the sales. Cash is an asset, so debits. Okay, so the double entry is debit cash, credit sales. Everyone got it? Very good. Okay, so this is called double entry. Okay, next. Don't worry, this example is in your notes there. Okay. Assuming cost of goods sold for above sales 1,000 was 1,000. Calculate the gross profit by using the profits. What is the gross profits? Okay, let's say you buy this good, the cost is 1,000. Okay, just now your sales is how much? Your sales is 1,005, but your cost, you buy the goods, your cost of goods sold, your billion is 1,000. So your gross profit is 500. Yeah, it's 500. Okay, so sales minus cost of goods sold is 500. Okay, good. Now continue from the above. Follow from the example above. Assuming Ali shows paid shops had to pay 800 rentals, but he also at the same time sublet the half of his shops to another person tenant 400. So he received other income, rental income. Okay, he paid for rental, but he also received some rental. Okay, what is the net profit? 100. Are you sure? What is the net profit? Net profit is gross profit plus other income minus expenses. Is it 100? Very good. Okay, so this one you have gross profit 500 just now, right? So other income, this other income is a rental income, not 400. Okay, so it's 900. Then minus off the expenses 800. Then you have 100 net income. So Ali this month making a 100 net profits. All right. Yeah, correct. Everyone got it, huh? Very good, huh? So now you know how to calculate the net profit. Okay. So all the profit generated from the business belongs to the business owner, and the resources belongs to the business owner is known as equity. Okay. So remember, equity comprises of capital plus the profits. Okay. Because eventually this 100 is belong to Ali one, the owner one. All right. So this 100 is equity. Okay. So now this is the components that comprises within the equity. Capital, remember Ali pump in the money in, and then now he make a profit 100. This 100 is belong to Ali punya. Okay, and drawings. Drawings means just now I told you is ambulan. Ambulan, that means Ali can also take out money because this business belongs to him punya ma. So he can take out the money also. Okay, from the business. So if he take out money for his own use one, it's called ambulan. It's called drawings. All right. So drawing is the withdrawal of business resources by the business owner. It will reduce the amount of equity. All right. It will reduce the amount of equity. All right. Do a recap how much asset and liability of equity that Ali had at the end of the month. Okay, just do a recap. Asset, how much asset now they have? Previously, okay, Ali have pumped in 10,000 as cash, and then after that, he also have add in some sales proceed. He sell goods to, he sell his pastry 1,005, right? Then he also receive rental income 400, but he have to pay for the cost of the cost of goods, the Berlian 1,000, and then they minus the rental pay. So for cash, he have 10,100. Equipment, remember he borrowed 50,000 to buy the equipment, so 50,000. Total asset now I only have is 60,100. Okay, so this is how much he have. He have cash, he have equipment. This is the amount that at the end. All right, total asset 16,100. And the liability, there's only one liability, which is the bank borrowing. Okay, borrow from the bank. For equity, previously Ali pumped in 10,000, and then he now make 10,100 profit, so he have 10,500 for the equity. So come back to the equation, see whether it's equal or not. Yes, isn't it? 60,000 is the asset, 60,500 is the asset, equity is 10,500, and the liability is 15,000. Just come back to the equations. All right, so can you see the relationship, the core relationship between asset, equity, and liability? Isn't it amazing? Right? All right, so we have a recap. What we have learned this now, so far, asset, we have learned account equations, which is asset equals to capital plus liability. And then we also learn profit equation, which is profit equals to revenue minus expenditures or expenses. Equity is comprises of these three components: capital plus profit minus drawings. All right, and then we also learn what is definition of asset, capital, and liabilities. Okay, and we also have assets are debits family, equity and liability are credit family. Okay, and then expenses are debit family, revenue and is credit family. All right. So the double entry for each transaction. We also learn double entry lah. That's all. Okay, so I expect you to read up your lecture notes later on or before lecture. Actually, I also expect you to read some lecture notes and do your tutorial question. Please prepare your tutorial questions before you attend my tutorial classes. And so same to the group 1 and to group 1, 2, 3, 4 is under me. 5, 6, 7, 8 is under Mr. Alex Ang. Okay, you also the same as I don't know, maybe you have to check with your tutor. But normally for my tutorial class, I expect students to prepare and to present because I want to know how much you understand. All right. So do the quizzes. Okay, if this quizzes is already set in the ebooks there. All right. So you can do it. Later I will arrange 10 o'clock. The agents, Mr. Chai will come and explain you on that. How to log in, how to. Okay, don't pay first. Okay, you try first. Okay, 14 days trial. You try first before you buy. Okay. So, okay, these are the homework. I think no need already. I think most of you already answered me the exact example of asset and liability. Revenue expenditure. Okay, I might ask you during tutorial. Okay, January, and then on January 3 business transaction. Okay, this one is to test yourself whether you can do this or not. Okay, list down 5 example of asset and 5 example of liability, and 3 example of revenue and expenses. Bangunan is called building or called premises. Okay, in English, bangunan. Yes, this can call building. You can call premises. Okay, P-R-E-M-I-S-E-S. Okay. So business transaction, that means a double entry lah. Like they say, cash sales. Cash sales, that means you jualan secara tunai. Okay, call cash sales. So the double entry is debit, cash, credit sales like that. Okay, you create that. Okay, I want to see this. Okay, next week lecture. Remind me, then I simply call people to share your things. Okay. This is a reading books now. Okay. I think when you have today, you can access to McGraw. You can read more on about that. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now we can go continue our lecture illustrations. Oh, already 9:14. So fast. Okay. Stop presenting. Let's go to our lecture illustrations. Okay, this one I just now I already go through your. Okay, I'm not going through on anymore. Okay, so can see my screen now. Boleh tengok tak? Can I? Okay. I just you have a look for your formats lah. This one is the format. So you look at here. Accounting equation. Remember, I said asset equals to liability to an equity. Why we have this is look at this picture. This is a fund. Those learn accounts or not learn account before. This is called statement of financial position. Is your penyata PKK penyata kedudukan kewangan. Okay, you see so on top there is always start with the asset and current asset. Then we have the total assets in it. Okay, subtotal total asset. After that, at the bottom part, you will always start with the equity. Equity, you have the capital plus profit or loss. Okay, minus drawing, then you have the equity as subtotal here. Plus with your liability. Liability, you have the current liability and non-current liability and current liability. Then we have the total equity and liability. Okay, so this balance, the total asset balance should tie back to this account liability and equity. Okay, because of what? Because of what? Because of what? What equation? Because of what equation? This piece of information, this statement is based on what equation? Anyone can tell me? The statement of financial position is based on what to draw up? What equation? We just learn one more way. We have learned two accounting equation. We have learned two equation. Accounting equation. Yeah, this one is called accounting equation. Okay, Kim Zian asset equals liability plus equity is called accounting equation. All right. And the profits. Okay, this one statement of profit or loss is called penyata untung perdagangan dan untung rugi kan. Okay, so on top you see the format is like that. Sales, okay, minus if there is a return so then you get the net sales here. Then minus cost of goods sold. Okay, the cost of goods sold is this one. Okay, you have the purchases minus your return purchases minus your closing inventory. Then this is your cost of goods sold. Okay, just now we simple. I just give you a cost. Okay, so your sales, your jualan minus your cost, you get your gross profit. Untung kasa sini, right? Lepas tu, okay, you just add in your other income. Okay, those rental income, discount receive, all this. Okay, then you total up your total income. Then you minus your rental. Your expenditure, right? Rental, salaries, electricity, depreciation, blah blah blah. Okay, then only you get your net profit. So this one is like how you determine your profit. So this one is based on accounting equation, and this one is based on profit determination equation. Okay, this statement. Okay, so now you know why we have to categorize asset to current asset and non-current asset. We have to categorize the liability to non-current liability and current liability, and why we want to categorize sales to sales and other income, cost of goods sold and other expenses. Okay, so because of we need to prepare this financial statement later on. Okay, all right, now we do this illustration one. Okay, we do this one. Come. Below are the list of statement of financial position item. Okay, and gross item into asset, liability and equity. So can you? I give you 1 minute. Okay, see whether you can go through or not. And you can come. You have this printout or not? No. Then you have to write in a piece of paper. Okay, now we go together since now time is running out. Okay, capital under which category? Under equity, right? Equity is under credit. Okay, so you type credit here. Office equipment. Office equipment is those is assets is those like printer computer all this under office equipment. Okay, you lump together. So this one is under assets. Sorry, this is debits. I put DR short form. Machinery is assets as well. It's debit. ADR. Motor vehicles. Motor vehicle is those cars, motorbike, all this is under motor vehicle. Okay. Debit, asset, cash. Wait. Okay, I think I need to categorize further. Okay, this one is non-current asset. Okay, I put NCA lah. NCA. Non-current asset, NCA. Cash is CA, okay, debit. This one also CA, debit. Bank loan. Bank loan is what? Current liability or bank loan normally is not current liability. It's liability, but it's non-current or non-current liability. NCL. Okay, non-current liability. Mortgage loan. Mortgage loan is also long-term one, non-NCL. Fixture and fitting. NC. D. One is plumbing here. Okay, NCA, DR. Tools and equipment. This one is also NCA, debit. Sorry, this is CR. CR, sorry. Computer is NC. A, debit. Office building. NCA, debit. Receivable, CA, debit. Other receivable, CA, debit. Inventory, CA, debit. Bank overdraft, CL. Okay, this is CL. Debit. Payable is CL. Sorry, debit, but credit. Sorry, credit. Credit. Other payable, CL, credit. Alright. So these are the things. So we want to categorize and remember that. Okay. Can? Okay, this one is just an example for you. Okay, nothing. Specific, I already filled up for you already. Okay, so you just, by right, I supposed to ask you cash, then you fill out here, and this, I already filled up nothing. Okay, now we go for illustration 2. Okay, illustration 2. Sales. This one is asked you to list out the profit and loss item, then denote it as a what category and debit or credit. Okay, sales is under income as a revenue, so it's CR. But remember, sales return or return inward is also under the income revenue, but it's debit. Why? Remember this one, okay, sales return, okay, you will be sitting here. Okay, this will be sitting here. And it's used to minus. So if let's say your income reducing, right? Remember, sales is the income, is credit family. But now your sales return, that means you will reduce your sales. So you will be opposite. You will reduce your sales. Okay. So therefore it's debit. Remember that. Okay. So you have to remember sales is income is credit. But when your sales will be reduction of your sales, reduce your sales, you have to go opposite. Therefore you have to minus. Okay, this is why I say just now students say debit is plus, not necessarily plus. If for sales, those who have followed for the credit family one, you want to reduce your sales, it will go to debit. Understand or not? Kelengkapan. Fixture and fixture, yeah, it's kelengkapan. Okay, sales return is pulangan jalan, correct. Okay, so it's debit. Okay, purchases is what? Purchases is cost of goods sold. Let's put COS lah. This one is debit lah. So cost of goods sold, purchases is here. Okay, we transfer these purchases, and purchase return is also part of cost of goods sold, but it's debit because it's reduction. Credit. No, cost of goods sold is expenditure. Expenditure is debit family. Okay, but this one, because it's reduce your cost of goods sold, is credit. Okay, Kahang, understand? Cost is correct, but it's not DR. It's not CI, it's DR because it's expenditure. All right. Okay, rental income. Rental income, it should be under other income. Other income is under where? It's credit side. Okay, other income, so you will move this other income is here. Rental income. Discount allowed. Discount allowed if you give discount to your customer. Okay, so this one is an expenditure. Other expenses. Expenditure is debit or credit family. It's a debit family. Okay, so this one you will go to here, discount. Allowed. Right. Office rental, also other expenses, is debit. Okay. Telephone bill, electricity bill, all the bills here, you see the bills means it's other expenditure. Okay, so you will just go under here. Okay, so this bill, you will transfer to under other expenditure. Right? Then interest received, other income, correct. Income is debit or credit? It's credit. Okay, so this one, interest received, I will transfer this to other income here. Right? Utilities. Utilities means water, electricity bills. It's called utilities. Okay, so this one is other expenses. This is debit. Wages, okay, I transfer this first. Utility, we go to here. Wages, okay, there is a difference between wages and salaries. Okay, so wages, some of at your level, wages is supposed to be part of cost of goods sold. I forgot to insert this. Okay, this one is under cost of goods sold. Debit. Okay, so it's supposed to be here, somewhere above here. Okay, that means because wages is normally linked to your purchases one. Okay, so remember that, but you take a note here because I forgot to insert this. Salary is other. Yes, Utility is a water bill and electricity bill. They clump together, we call it utilities. All right. Salary is other expenses. It is a debit. So you go to the salary here. Discount received is an income. Okay, discount received is an income. The income is a credit. Okay, so this one you will transfer this to here. Interest paid and assessment rates. Okay, interest paid is you pay for the interest. If borrow money, borrow bank loans, then you have to pay for the interest. Okay. Expenses is debit. So we have to put this interest paid to the other expense here. And then assessment is a cukai. Okay, cukai assessment rate. The cukai being due. Okay. So this one is other expenses. All right. Wages, I think I can, I just simply add it here. Not sure whether I can insert it. Okay, just insert. The wages should be added to here. Wages, okay. It's part of your cost of goods, so remember this, because it's relating to your purchases, one part of your purchases cost. Okay? Okay, so after you get this, all this, okay, then you get your net profit lah. Don't know interest paid, bahasa call what lah? I don't know bahasa call what interest lor. Anyone knows Bukan not dividend. Dividend is different. Dividend is for company when they pay money back to the shareholder, they call dividend. Yeah, faedah, I think it's faedah. Why you all want to learn BM? I don't understand. You all should have to know how to translate your BM to English, not English to BM. Okay. Those English bahasa, then you ask your friends what I am not so sure because long time don't use BM already. All right, done that. Now we continue the debit and credit. Okay, each business have a transaction. Okay, let's look at the illustration 3. Okay. Elena decided to start a bakery business to names Elena's Bakery. She invested 300,000 as a capital into the business. Okay, so again, just now like this now lah, So what is a double entry? You debit your cash. What is the difference between wages and salary? Wages is upah is those you working in the factory or working in the warehouse. Okay, so you purposely they are paid for the daily the hourly rates. Okay, to pack, maybe to repack you buy like those distributors that buy a lot of their product and then to repack and resell. So they will ask those part-time staff to help them to do packing. Okay, so their salary, their pay rate is different. Okay, it's based on how many they can pack their product. So this is called wages. Okay, whereas salary is normally paid for those admin staff or salesman. Okay, so it's a fixed one. Can see or not? Okay, so upah atas belian, yes. Okay, correct. Understand? That's why wages will be part of the cost of goods sold, because normally wages is paid for those staff that help to packing their products. Mainly for that. Okay, and they're based on the working hours or how many pack they have paid. Okay, can do I answer your questions, Brian or Cameron? Okay, so now we come back to here. The double entries is a debit cash and credit to your capital. This one is done. Okay, the rest I want you to try yourself. Elena bought computer 3,000 and have made some equipment. So you will fill up this, debit your computer 3,000 and credit your payables 3,000. Okay, so this one you have to fill it up yourself. Okay, and at the same time they also buy equipment 5,000 and payable 5,000. Okay, so Elena draw cash from her bakery shops for personal expenses. So now Elena take out money, okay, but it's not paid for any expenses, it's paid for her own expenses. Okay, if you pay for her own expenses, we do not debit to expenditure, but we debit one account called drawing, ambulant. Okay, so debit ambulant 2,000, credit cash 2,000. Understand? Okay. Now it's easy because I already give you the double entry. You just fill out the number. But in exam or in your tutorial, you have to fill up the things yourself. All right. And Elena's obtained a bank loan 50,000. The 50,000 directly bank into the business in the bank account. Okay. So in other words, you will receive a check directly to the bank. Okay. So bank is 5,000 debit. 50,000 bank and credit to bank loan because you get the loan from the bank. Okay. And next one, Elena settled all the amount due to computer supplier and equipment supplier that she bought the asset by check. Okay, so by check, remember, if by check means by bank, everyone take notes. If you pay anything from the check, it means bank. So you will debit how much? Is settle this. Okay, so office equipment just now is how much is that? 3,000, right? So you have to pay your other payable the 3,000 and credit your bank 3,000. Okay, and this one previously you owe to your equipment payable how much? 5,000. This one. Okay, now you have to pay. Now you have to settle. Okay, you settle that 5,000 and bank 5,000. Why credit your bank? So bank, isn't it? It's it's a debit. Why is credit? Because now you use your check to pay. Your bank's amount goes down. Okay, when the bank reducing, okay, you will credit your bank. Okay, understand? Can So next, purchase of inventory by check totaling 5,000. Now you buy purchase of inventory, we call it purchases. Everyone take notes. If you buy stocks, we call it purchases. Okay, so you debit your purchases. Purchases is an expense, so you will debit purchases 5,000. Okay, and credit what? So you use check to pay. You credit your bank. Bank is an asset, but now because your bank is reducing, you use bank to pay, so you credit your bank. Okay. Next, sales totaling 20,000, all deposits into the bank. You sell all your goods based on your sales and you receive back into the bank. So debit your bank because bank is increasing. Okay, debit your bank. How much? 20,000. And you credit where? Sales, because sales is a revenue. Okay, credit your sales 20,000. All right. Next, receive a check 200 being discount received from supplier. So receive a check. Check is a bank. You will receive your bank is increasing. Therefore, you debit your bank 200 and credit what? Discount received. Discount received is what? Discount received is an income. Am I right? So income will be a credit. So how much is that? 200. All right, 200. And next one. So far can follow, Okay, we continue. Why so suddenly so quiet already, all of you? Next is a paid staff's salary and electricity by cash, 2,500 respectively. So you gotta pay salary, 2,000. Salary is an expenses. Electricity bill is an expenses. So expenses are debit. Okay, so you debit your electricity bill 2,500 your electricity, and cash altogether how much? Okay, 2,005 and 500 is 2,005. Now you credit your cash 2,005 because your cash goes down, your asset goes down, so you credit. Okay. Next, what shops? Pay shops rental by check 3,000. Okay, shop rental is an expenses. And check is means to bank. So expenses is debit, so you debit your rental 3,000. And then bank, now your bank is goes down because you pay check, right? So goes down, you will credit your bank 3,000. Right? So this is debit your rent, credit your bank. And the last one, unsold purchases of 1,000 at the month end will be charged to closing inventory. What is the double entry? Okay, remember just now we have purchases, right? Purchases, what is my purchases? Here. This one, 5,000. Okay, but now because at the month end, I found out that this 5,000, actually 1,000 I haven't sold out yet. So now I have to reduce my purchases and post it to inventory as my asset. Okay, by right it's perbelanjaan, but now because this 5,000 I not use all, okay, I still have 1,000 balloon sell yet, so I will transfer it to asset, to my stock. Okay, so I will debit my inventory and credit to purchases 1,000. Okay, so in other words, my purchases from 5,000 now reduced to 4,000 because I have to reduce out 100. Okay, this one is transferred to inventory. Everyone can? Why suddenly so quiet already, all of you? Can? Good. So now I want you to come up with this statement. After we post in the double entry, we will calculate the cash balance and bank balance and then post this to the financial statement. Okay, I already posted here for you. Okay, so just now, okay, now we will do this, okay, like cash. All right, first of all, cash is how much? Okay, when the cash injection, how much is the cash injections in the beginning? Elena pumped in 300,000, isn't it? So 300,000. Okay, after that, she also draw the drawings. Drawing is from here. 2,000 minus cash 2,000. Okay, so here they got to minus the cash 2,000 here. And then anything for related to cash, yes, you pay the cash for salary and electricity, 2,005. So have to minus 2,005 from the cash. So at the end, how much is the cash you have? 300,000 minus the 4,005, so you only left 295,500. Okay, and this one you will post it to your cashier. Okay, this one. Okay, because there are a lot of adjustment, I don't want. I just use another table to find the figures. The rest, okay, then bank. Bank also the same. Okay, we start from bank. We have get a loan from the bank, right? 50,000. Okay, 50,000 debit bank. So start from, you have bank 50,000 first from the loan. After that, we also paying using check to pay our suppliers. Okay, which is 8,000. Okay, 3,000 plus 5,000 is 8,000. Pay for the supplier of the equipments and the machinery, minus 8,000. Right, and then we also pay check for purchases. We credit our bank by purchases, right? So we minus 5,000. And at the same time, we also receive checks when we sell goods to the peoples. Okay, we debit our bank 20,000, so 20,000 to the bank. Increase bank 20,000. And we also receive check from the supplier, give us discount received 200. Add in 200 here. And we also receive, we have to pay rental. How much rental? 3,000 credit our bank. Credit means reducing our bank. 3,000. So how much we have here at the end? The closing balance of the bank is 54,200. Okay, so this 54,200, when you post to your bank under the current asset, you will post to here. All right, Ken. So the rest, you fill up yourself. How to fill up? Computer. Okay, you go back to here. You buy computer, isn't it? Where is the computer? Yes, 3,000. So you actually have 3,000 computer. You have equipment 5,000. So these two are your non-current asset. So you will transfer it to here, 3,000 and 5,000. All right. Okay, and the inventory. Okay, remember you got purchases, but you transfer 1,000 to your inventory. So this inventory is your current asset. Okay, then you have this asset, total asset. Non-current asset plus current asset, these are your total asset. And the liability, capital, remember you have capital injections from the first, okay? And then, okay, this one, later I explain now. This one, hang on first. Then drawings, drawing is from this debit drawings, okay? Remember, drawing is to reduce your equity, okay? Drawing is to reduce your equity, therefore you have to minus it, all right? And liability, you have loan 50,000. But current liability no more because payable already settled fully. Okay, now I explain this 10,700. Okay, this 10,700 is based on this statement of P&L. So first of all, we have to find how much is the sales. Can you tell me how much is the sales? Sales, if I'm look at here, you have 20,000 sales, am I right, during the year? So your sales is 20,000. Right? And purchases from the previous transactions is 5,000. Remember? Cost of goods sold, purchases are your cost of bullion. So 5,000. And then you have to because it's 1,000 cannot finish use ma. This is the last project here. You have to reduce minus your purchases and transfer this to inventory. Remember that? So I have to minus from the 1,000 here, right? This 1,000 is go to here. Let's go to the closing inventory here. Okay, I give you another signal here. All right, because the purchase, we cannot charge all to expenses because not yet fully sold off. So how much is my cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold is 4,000 now. Right? And sales minus cost of goods sold, you get gross profit of 16,000. All right, then we have entered the other income. Discount received. How much is the discount received? Discount received is 200. Okay, you will add in 200 in your here. So 16,200. is total income. Then we minus the salary, electric, and rental. Okay, so this one you will look back to the salary here. Salary electric is 2,500 and 500, rental is 3,000. Okay, so you will transfer this to your P&L here. 2,000, 500, and 3,000. So total expenses here is 5,500. Okay. And you want to bracket also can, no problem. Okay, minus you want to denote like that also can, no problem. Okay. So 16,200 minus 5,500. Now this is how much is the net profit. Okay, remember whatever profit you have, you earn this time, okay, it all belongs to the equity, belongs to the owner. Okay, so we will transfer this to your equity here. Okay, senior. Okay, so this one is from this, I use this color. Okay, this one is from here. Okay, so you can only close your this statement provided you get to finish your P&L. Okay, Anna? In increase column, what do you mean is increase column? Kim Sam to understand your questions. Bracket in increase column. You mean this one? And I can minus decrease column. Okay. You can put, okay, no problem. Okay, now let's look at, so after you total up this, subtotal must be balanced punya. The bank one, this one. Oh, this one, sorry, no need. I accidentally bracketed. It's an increase, tak payah, sorry, tak payah. This one tak payah bracket. Okay, bracket only the decreases. Okay. Okay, we got 8 more minutes, then I have to get Mr. Hey, do one more this. Quiz. Quiz 1. Below are item extra from ABC's accounting books. Trade receivable 3,000, trade payable 7,000, cash and bank 13,000, profit is 3,700. What is the capital contribution for the owner? Use the accounting equation to find me if this is the answer. What is the answer? 6,700. Okay, is it correct? Answer is wrong. Answer should be 5,003. Anyone get 5,003? Okay, look at that. Trade receivable is an asset. Okay, this one is a liability. This one is an asset. Okay, you use the asset plus your trade receivable plus your cash and bank. Okay, then minus your trade payable, but you have to minus the profit as well. I think you forgot to minus the profit, is that? Right? Then only you get this. Aaron got 5,300. Yeah? Because, why? Because profit is part of our equity. Okay, so you have to take out, then only you can find how much is per capital contributions. All right? Do one more. This now I want you to show me the answers first before I give you my answer. Below are the item for the extract from the DF accounting book. Capital as 1st of January is 250,000. Personal drawing is 48,000. Personal assets brought in for business use is 20,000. And capital at the month end is 64,000. Find the profit based on the above equation. Everyone, give me your answer before I show you mine. 147,500. Is it? So we have to use this opening minus the drawing. Okay. Personal asset brought in. This one is an additional contribution. You have to add in. Okay. And then closing inventory. This is the minus. Okay. So what is the differences with that? Let me show. I cannot remember the answer. Okay. Yes, answer is 157,500. Correct. Okay. Is that a profit or is a loss? Yes, it's a loss. Very good. It's a loss. So you make in the equation is a bracket, is a loss. So you play. The question will sometimes will play around with these equations. Ask you to find certain missing figure. It's a mathematics actually. Okay, it's a mathematics. Okay, that's all for today's class. Is that enough? I think more than enough, right? Can get anything that you want to chat with me? Yeah. Okay, today is actually a even what you see, why the formula not NCA plus CA minus CL? For what? Which one? Which are you referring to? Oh, you mean the no more students? You mean the formats for your financial statements? Is it? Even your question is asking you. Okay, I think last time in your SPM, your one is asset. Then this current asset minus current liability, right? So this one actually is not according to the accounting framework. That means now later when you do your year 1 degree, we will learn the proper accounting standard. Okay, meaning to say this one is follow the international accounting standard. This format, this presentation is following accounting standard. That means every country is using this kind of things, right? It's agreed upon. So you have to follow this. Okay. So in exam, if you use back your old time, your SPM one, so marks will be deducted for your formats. Okay. So now you have to adopt this. Okay. And I purposely, for the first lecture, I already give you this template, okay, because I want you to remember this format. Now, from now on, from the very first class, okay, because last semester, your senior, because I did not show this in the first class, they still using the old one. Okay, very difficult for me to change them. Then in the exam, they will give me the wrong format. Not wrong, it's not up to date. Okay, now the requirement, especially now, Malaysia, we have the MKO, we have to follow strictly all the international standard. Cannot simply put. Okay, even understand you must do this. And the sequence also must be the same. You cannot put current asset on top, non-current asset at the bottom. Cannot. Okay, must be follow the sequence like that. Okay, equity first, and then non-current asset and current asset. Okay. Any more questions? If no, then I stop. If we calculate right liabilities to liability will be marked deducted. Normally we will not be so strict just T and T's. Okay. Normally I would not. Okay. Depends on the marker. Depends on the marker also. But if let's say you are getting 100 marks, okay, then I will be more particular because you are very. I consider you are a very smart student already. All right. So I will find perfections from you, from your answer. So maybe I will deduct half a mark, just in order not to let you have 100 marks. But if you only get 50 marks, okay, at no point I deduct you to make you fail, isn't it? This is normally what I mark for the students. I think the market. So that's why you have to start learning. Okay, you have to start learning. And normally year 1, I will just close one eyes. Just close. First semester, we'll close one eyes. Because I need you, and I know you need time. But second semester onwards, the lecturer will be very strict, and go to your degree like this strict. Okay, so you have to learn now. Okay, for this 14 weeks, you have to really pick up